Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness and another album review, this time of the new Black Crowes album entitled Happiness Bastards. Before we get to that, though, a quick reminder that the fundraiser continues. For those of you unaware, I am a disabled individual, and I use a motorized wheelchair slash scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my scooter as they view it as a quote luxury item end quote. Despite the fact that I am unable to utilize a standard wheelchair due to my dexterity issues and only having primary use of one hand and not very well at that, in addition to not being able to use any other type of scooter for that matter. Additionally, for those of you who do not know me, I am unable to walk at all as well. So, if my scooter malfunctions to the point of not working, I am a fish out of water and therefore dependent on people 24/7 for my care and well being. When in fact, I do my best to maintain my level of independence and my everyday quality of life in terms of the things I can do. And that is my primary goal, sustaining the ability to maintain the things I can do and not lose that because my scooter malfunctions and will not work. My goal with this fundraiser is to raise enough funds to get all the necessary parts to gradually refurbish the scooter, and it is taking time, but some parts that were crucial have been replaced, and I'm very thankful to those who have contributed thus far, as well as those who plan on contributing, as your contributions have and will make a world of difference in my life. There is a spot fund account link below where you can donate. Any and all help is welcome. It's linked in two places, directly below this video, below the title and the description, as well as in a separate section below that. Um, and like I said, any and all help is welcome. It really is paramount that I have these parts on hand, so as parts fail, I can have them replaced, or even prior to that, as they do have a limited lifespan, unfortunately. So, thank you in advance to those who plan on contributing, and thank you to those who have. You guys are wonderful. I love you all. Thank you so much. So, the Black Crowes are back, and they're back with a vengeance. Let me tell you that. This album, Happiness Bastards 2024, is killer. It is intense. It is the Black Crowes through and through. The Robinson brothers are just at in top form once again, and it's been 15 years since the last studio album, so it's been a while, but I think it was worth the wait, and this album is definitely solid proof of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each track here, and I am going to basically tell you how they sat with me, and uh, after that, I'll give my overall assessment of the album as a whole and my thoughts on whether or not it's something you should think about adding to your collection in one way, shape, or form. So I have the track listing pulled up here. As you can tell, my face has gotten considerably brighter. I've not suddenly turned into a vampire. However, you never know. It is 2024. I do have the album playing quietly in the background here. Hopefully, this will not get my video flagged for copyright infringement. Let me see here. Okay. That should be good, I think. It's really a great album, and I really have to commend the guys on this project and really outdoing themselves. The first track on the album just comes at you like a freight train. So we start out with Bedside Manners, which is just a perfect beginning to a great album. Like I said, it comes at you like a freight train, and those first few tracks are just relentlessly powerful. So we have that starting us out. We then have Rats and Clowns, which is a good song. Not my favorite on the album, but a good song nonetheless. And then we come to track 3, Cross Your Fingers. This song is one of the best songs I've ever heard by the Black Crowes. It's got a funky sort of groove to it, and I really think that that's a cool sort of addition. Once the song actually gets into the actual body of it itself, past the intro, I really like the feel to that. Then we have the single, which I did a reaction to on my channel. You can see that reaction in my videos, and that's of course Waiting and Wanting. And then we have Wilted Rose and Wilted Rose. And this song is really just a moving, very emotional delivery, both vocally as well as musically. Some great backing vocals on this track, amazing guitar work on this track. There's a lot of good slide guitar being played on this album as well, which is, sort of indicative of what we've come to expect from the Black Crowes. But on this album in particular, they really knock it out of the park, in my opinion. And then we move on to the next track, which is, let's see here, Dirty Cold Sun. And this is also a really, almost, I want to say emotional, but it's just really intense. It has a vibe to it. And it's a slower paced tune as well, which I think is really, really cool, and it works well in the context of this album itself. Next track is also not slow, but slower in tempo, I should say. This next song, though, is, let's see here. Bleed It Dry, and this is another one that I really, really enjoyed a lot. It really, really was a great, great tune, and it's one of my favorite songs on the albums, along with Dirty Cold Sun and going back up here to, where was it? Cross Your Fingers. Um, Cross Your Fingers is one of my favorites. Um, Wanting and Waiting is also great, as well as Wilted Rose. Amazing, um, amazing songs. Anyway, I digress. Sorry about that. Moving along, we have probably my least favorite song on the album, which is called Flesh Wound. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, this song just does not sit well with me. Um, I tried listening to it multiple times so far, and it just doesn't feel like the Black Crowes to me. And that's my own personal opinion based on my experience listening to Black Crowes, which I do have a vast catalog of their CDs. And this song just really doesn't quite do it for me. We then have, let's see here, Follow the Moon, which is another great song. So, the sort of the downside of Flesh Wound is redeemed by Follow the Moon, and we also have then Kindred Friend, and that is the final song on the album, and the final song is a great closing track for an amazing album, may I say. Um, like I said, my favorite songs on this album are once again Cross Your Fingers, Wanting and Waiting, Wilted Rose, Dirty Cold Sun, Bleed It Dry, Follow the Moon, and Kindred Friend. I basically like the whole album as a whole. And like I said, only the one song just didn't sit well. Flesh Wound just did not do it. But the rest of the album is killer. Those songs I just mentioned are the ones that really stand out for me. I'm going to minimize my document here. That way I'm no longer a vampire. Or am I? So there you have the tracks on the new Black Crowes album, Happiness Bastards, copyright 2024. And I wasn't provided with a physical copy of this album. The Robinson brothers did not reach out to me. Maybe next time the guys will be so kind as to do so and provide media awareness with a complimentary copy of the album. I'd love to have that, guys, you know. You're more than welcome to reach out to me personally. I'll see if I can make the time to to talk to you and interview you guys for this new album. But no, this is really a great album, and I really highly recommend adding it to your collection however you decide to listen to music. Whether it is vinyl, whether it is CD, which is my preference in choice in terms of formats, whether it is MP3 or even streaming for those of you who are of that mindset. And I do understand the convenience of it. I do it. I'm doing it right now. But you know what? It's not my preference, and I would much rather have the CD on at the moment, so I can hold it up for you and say, "Here's the cover of the new Black Crowes album. Here's the back of the new Black Crowes album. Here's the inside." If there is an inside, I don't know because I don't have a copy. But I wanted to at least bring you guys a review because I'm not sure how soon I'll be able to add this to my physical media collection. So in the meantime, you have this review of the track itself, of the album rather itself, and of the material on the album. The production is very solid throughout the album. It has that sort of gritty yet fresh feel that the Black Crowes seem to have. At times, it can sound dirty, which also goes with the Black Crowes, and I would not want it to sound any other way. It really sort of sets that mood from the first note and just carries it through to the end of the album. The Robinson brothers are working great together once again. You got some amazing vocals by Chris and some fantastic guitar work to complement that. Like I said, the slide work is just off the charts on this album, and I'm really impressed by that, as well as just the overall tight vibe of all these songs. There is a diversity on this album, unlike a lot of the other Black Crowes albums as well. You have a real lot of different stylistic choices, some funky grooves going on, more so than in the past. And I think that if you're going to play a Black Crowes album for someone, this is the one you want to play. And definitely just stick it on and leave it on because it's an album you could definitely just do that with. It's nothing that you have to skip over that track a diss track because they're only maybe mediocre at best. Yeah, all the songs on this album are great, and that goes for most of the Black Crowes catalog, I would say. But this album in particular really knocked me out, and I'm so impressed with this. I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy. And assuming these guys perform live on a talk show of some sort late night, I'll be doing a reaction to any all live performances as well as any future videos that they put out. But definitely do yourself a favor and pick up the Black Crowes Happiness Bastards, the new album, the first studio album in over 15 years. And it is definitely an album that kicks some serious ass. I hope you enjoyed this review and overview of the Black Crowes new album. I hope that you consider listening to it and adding it to your personal collection, however you collect things. This is Rob once again with Media Awareness. And once again, a reminder the fundraiser continues. Any and all help is welcome, and I really, really appreciate you all. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Keep on rocking. Take care. Bye.